This is the Uscooters Booster GT, also known as the E-twow GT 2020, one of the most highly anticipated releases in modern electric scooter history. And in this review, we'll uncover what is fact, what is fiction, and determine if this scooter is really in a class of its own or just another overhyped product. This is Chuck with Electric Scooter Guide, the leading source for electric scooter reviews. Please support our channel by sharing, subscribing, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. This comprehensive review will cover price, performance, portability including a trunk test, how to lock up the scooter, ride quality, build quality including a drop test, safety features, Uscooters lineup comparison, customer service, overall pros and cons, and who should buy this ultra portable and who needs something else. Let's dig in. The E-twow line of products has been known for its portability, durability, and low maintenance for quite some time. But with the arrival of the GT, riders now have the promise of best-in-class performance and safety, along with the other standout benefits they have come to know from E-twow. I'm excited as well, as this form factor was what introduced me to personal electric scooters in 2017, and the GT is the brand new top-of-the-line model that I'm anxious to try out and review. We will be comparing the Booster GT with the one level down Uscooters Booster Sport, the similarly priced super sleek Unagi Model 1, and the only other true ultra portable, the Glion Dolly. However, since the GT basically annihilates all other ultra portables, we are also going to step up the competition a notch and also test the GT against the best of the best at 40 pounds, the Turbo Wheel Swift and the eMove Touring. But first, the basics. The E-twow GT comes in just under $1,100, but please find the coupon code in the video description for an exclusive coupon code. It has a single rear 700 watt motor, which gives us a tested top speed of 23.4 miles per hour for a tested range of 15.2 miles. The scooter weighs 28.8 pounds and folds up to 45 inches long by only 6 inches wide. The 2019 GT without the drum brake upgrade was rated 4.7 out of 5 stars in the recent electric scooter worldwide survey. Performance is what the GT promises, with a claimed top speed of 25 miles per hour and 31 miles of range. While we never quite get what's advertised, the GT is by far the highest performing ultra portable overall. When you have a lot of starts and stops on your route, acceleration is a key metric to look at in any scooter. The GT is the highest performing ultra portable to any speed, smoking the Glion Dolly by a full 3 seconds to 15 miles per hour and beating the slightly less powerful Booster Sport by nearly 1 second. The dual motor Unagi, which we consider portable but not ultra portable due to the lack of folding handlebars, was 1 second faster than the GT. However, since neither the Glion Dolly nor the Unagi can get to 20 miles per hour, the GT doesn't have a lot of competition. It did noticeably beat the Sport to 20 by 1.5 seconds. When moving a weight class up to the standout 40-pound scooters like the eMove Touring and Turbo Wheel Swift, the GT actually held its own, beating the Swift to 20 and having a slightly lower time than the Touring. Top speed for those that really want to go fast, the GT does not disappoint with a tested top speed of 23.4 miles per hour. While this is absolutely the sweet spot in my opinion for top speed, the other Uscooters we've tested were within 1 mile per hour faster. The Glion Dolly only goes 16, while the unlocked Unagi goes to 19 miles per hour. Going up in weight, the Swift and Touring both top out at 24 miles per hour, very close to the GT. With its 700 watt motor, the GT really shines when climbing hills with a tested time of 14.4 seconds up our 200 foot, 10% average grade hill. The Booster Sport with its 500 watt motor lagged nearly 5 seconds behind, and the Glion Dolly was 3.5 seconds behind. This makes the GT the fastest hill climbing ultra portable on the market. Moving up in weight, the GT actually bested the Turbo Wheel Swift by 1.5 seconds, but got left behind by the Touring by 1.2 seconds, still pretty good compared to scooters that are in the next weight class up. The new standout feature on the GT 2020 is the addition of the rear drum brake. All Uscooters, including the GT, also have a foot brake, but we wanted to show the difference in stopping power when using only handlebar-based controls. With only one electronic brake like the Booster Sport and Glion Dolly, stopping distance is about 40 feet. With two electronic brakes, stopping distance is reduced to 25 feet. But with a single electronic plus drum brake, stopping distance is reduced to 15.4 feet, which is a respectable distance for emergencies and really shows the benefit of moving up to the GT from any other E-2W type of unit. It gives a GT the best in class stamp for braking distance. Finally, on the range test, we were able to travel 15.2 miles before the scooter ran out of juice. This beats out every other ultra portable and nearly doubles the range of the Unagi, giving the GT another best in class award for range. If you need more than 15 miles of range, you'll find that in spades when moving up to the 40-pound scooters, as the Touring gives you over 22 miles and the Swift 19.6 miles of range. If you'd like to compare the performance of the GT against any of the other 40 electric scooters we've tested, check out the performance page on our website, see the link above. The GT is an absolute boss when it comes to performance in a small package. It weighs just 28.7 pounds, a bit more than the other E-2W series scooters, but you get a ton more for those extra pounds. We won't spend too much time on why portability is such a benefit to electric scooters since we've covered it in other reviews. But suffice it to say that being able to take your scooter anywhere with you, including under a table at a restaurant, under your desk at work, and into an Uber is a massive benefit. But it really all depends on your unique situation. The folded dimensions of the GT 2020 are 45 inches long by 13 inches tall by just 6 inches wide, which is actually 8 inches longer than previous E-2W scooters. This is made possible by a folding stem and handlebars, but the stem also extends and retracts, allowing you to have a longer stem for taller riders, but then collapse it for folding. Platform to handlebar height is adjustable from 3 to 3.27 feet. The stem locking mechanism is improved and now easy to activate with just one finger. Older used scooters were notoriously sticky and you'd have to use your foot to lock and unlock them, so this is a welcome change. Once folded, you can pick up the GT with an extremely useful fabric carrying handle. We did notice that the weight of the rear wheel with its drum brake causes a scooter to droop a little in that direction. All other E-2W models were perfectly balanced, so while still easy to carry, it is something that might be addressed in future upgrades.
This is the ESG trunk test. You gotta get a test more difficult because it's just so easy. You can put 5 of these, 6 of these things in the back of the trunk. In fact, a lot of times you can put it in front of your feet on an Uber. Totally passes the ESG trunk test. So you definitely can lock up the Uscooter GT. I mean, there's a lot of places that you can lock it up, but the best place I think would be actually through the rear tire right here. So it locks like this. No matter where you lock it up, there's really no place where someone can't steal it. They would have to just undo a bolt. Now, at least if you put it through the back tire, they won't keep your tire, and so they'd have to still buy a new tire. Whereas if you lock it up in other spots, they could actually just undo the bolt, take the lock off, and put the scooter right back together again.
The ride quality on the Uscooters Booster GT 2020 has been improved in several ways. Most noticeably in the deck size, as the GT added 3.4 inches of length to the deck. The other models were a bit tight, which was expected on an ultra portable, but the longer deck of the GT absolutely improves the ride quality because you can now spread your feet further apart, resulting in a more balanced position as well as more comfort for longer rides. The right side mounted handbrake is another welcome addition to the E-2W series of scooters and is their first foray into a mechanical braking system. In an emergency, it is nice to know you can stop quickly. I found myself using the left side electronic regenerative brakes during long straightaways, but when I encounter a blind intersection or a spot where I think a car may see me, I will cover the handbrake. The handlebars are more narrow than other scooters, but after 10 minutes, you sort of forget about it and enjoy how nimble you feel while riding. Taking sharp corners and generally being able to maneuver on this scooter is second to none. It has a small footprint and is one of the thinnest scooters out there. And you know me, I really prefer the thumb style throttle on this scooter over the trigger style as it keeps my hands in a more comfortable position. The tires are solid, which means they provide no damping. However, the dual suspension does a fine job of soaking up road imperfections. I personally enjoy riding this scooter. It is fast enough to be fun, light enough to quickly take it up and down stairs, comfortable enough for 10 or more miles of riding at a time, and safe enough for confidence in an emergency braking situation. There are a few brands out there with a higher level of build quality than most, and E-2W is one of them. Riders regularly report thousands of miles on their E-2W scooters, and community insiders know their factory really is a step above any others in this industry. E-2W makes nearly all their scooter parts in-house, including the motors and controllers. Most other factories out there purchase parts they find somewhere in the supply chain, which have varying levels of quality. It also shows why E-2W scooters have a very low rate of defects. Overall, the GT 2020 is extremely solid, robust, and confidence-inspiring. The deck mat is now rubberized for easy cleaning and looks much nicer than previous models. The cables are routed well so they don't flare out to the sides. The new lever to lock and release the stem is really the best we've seen and doesn't take the power dance moves the previous models needed to fold and unfold the scooters. They have also thrown in a kickstand, which works well and is much nicer to use than the old method of having to fold the stem halfway down to rest the scooter on its base. We did notice that one of the cords coming from the new handbrake that activates the light broke, but luckily the part is swappable, so it will be an easy fix. Also, the rubber charging port cover came off pretty quickly. Everything on this scooter is quite maintenance free. The tires are solid and will not get flats, and even the new brake is a drum style, which requires less maintenance and regular tuning than a disc brake. Out of the box, the drum brake did not need any adjustment, which was a nice surprise. This is the ESG drop test. Drop number 1, drop number 2, drop number 3.
All right. This passes the ESG drop test. Not even a scratch.
The new Uscooters Booster GT 2020 retains the solid tires from their other models. While they are zero maintenance, they will not form fit to the road, providing less traction than a similarly sized pneumatic tire. If you have a lot of large cracks in your roads, the solid tires will track on them, giving you some unwelcome movement, but on good roads they are just fine. Also, if you're commuting in wet conditions, be extra cautious on turns. The real upgrade in terms of safety is the addition of a drum brake, which works very well. There is still the electronic regenerative brake activated by the left thumb lever, and the foot brake is still included, giving you no less than 3 braking options. I think it is worth mentioning one more time that this upgrade takes stopping distance from 40 feet to 15 feet when not using the foot brake, which is a huge safety improvement. One final new safety feature is a lever that can be clicked into place to keep the stem from folding on you while riding. However, the regular stem pin has also been upgraded and makes a satisfying clicking sound when locked in, so overall, the whole mechanism is upgraded and works very well and is very safe. When encountering pedestrians or other riders, there is an electronic horn activated by a button on the display unit. We also appreciate the high-mounted front light on the scooter and the powered brake sensing rear light on the fender. These are 2 areas that many other scooters miss, so it is nice to see that E-2W has gotten a lot right with their scooters. Uscooters carries many varieties of E-2W scooters, each with slightly different specs. All data in these charts are ESG certified stats. There is also an eco version that is just $500 but has a much smaller battery and motor. But since we haven't tested it, we cannot put the certified stats in here. The GT is tuned for the fastest acceleration, but where it really differs is in the hill climbing ability and emergency stopping distance. It does weigh a few pounds more than the other versions, but we think that the trade-off is worth it for a faster, more fun ride that is also safer and more comfortable with the elongated deck. If you want more in-depth info on any of these scooters, check out our website for full reviews and comparisons of stats and performance. We received our loaner scooter from Uscooters, the leading E-2W retailer in the United States, who have been selling the line since 2014. They not only have a ton of experience selling this line, but also have all the spare parts you'll need and the industry's best knowledge to help you out. Uscooters has recently upgraded their warranty to a full 1 year on the Booster GT 2020. This includes everything besides battery wear and tear. We also anonymously tested their email response time, and they got back to us in just 27 minutes, which is among the fastest scooter retailers out there. Also, customer service issues will be at a minimum on this scooter compared to others because the scooter is largely maintenance free, and because E-2W has the highest level of build quality in the industry, so you shouldn't have many issues out of the box. Overall pros for this scooter include top-notch build quality, extremely low or even no maintenance, extremely portable in terms of weight and folded dimensions, fantastic upgrades in terms of safety, ride quality, and motor power. Overall cons for the scooter include poor performance on rough roads or in rain due to small solid tires. This scooter is for anyone looking for a durable scooter, an ultra portable scooter, or a low maintenance scooter. What makes the GT special is that it would be a top choice for any of those individual categories, but just happens to include all three, and now does it with more power, comfort, and safety than ever before. This scooter is not for someone over 220 pounds, as you will find the performance lacking. It is not for someone who wants the pneumatic tires for better cornering performance and safety in wet conditions. It is also not for someone who is commuting on poor roads or in lots of rain, as the solid tires and suspension are recommended for average to good road conditions. The Uscooters Booster GT 2020 is the overall highest performing ultra portable on the market today, period. No other ultra portable can match the features or performance of the GT. And in terms of top speed and motor power, you have to go all the way to 40-pound scooters to find a real challenge to what the 28-pound GT offers. If you are interested in the Uscooters Booster GT 2020, see our link in the video description to learn more. If you end up buying, please support our channel and save money by using our exclusive coupon code. If you like this video, share it with your friends, give it a thumbs up, and to get all the latest electric scooter news and reviews, hit the subscribe button. This helps our channel grow and allows us to keep making these videos for you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out our weekly live show featuring the latest from the electric scooter industry. Until next time, ride safe and don't forget to wear your helmet. If you're interested in a scooter with really good acceleration that looks fantastic, check out our review of the dual motor Unagi Model 1. And if you're interested in another E-2W series that's quite a bit less expensive but still has amazing performance, check out our recent review of the Uscooters Booster Sport.